Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this August 15th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Tuesday out there so far. Everybody has a great Tuesday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to talk about your forecast for Wednesday and Thursday. Also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center and the storm report that came in. I wanted to pass along that we had an 87 miles per hour wind gust at the Columbia Metropolitan Airport this afternoon from a severe thunderstorm warning there. And also, we're going to take a look at the we got more storm reports from around the area as well. And also we're going to take a look at the tropics, as we do have a couple of systems we're going to be watching. If you missed my forecast from earlier today, go back and check it out. That way you get a chance to see what I talked about in that forecast. I even showed the tropical satellite, and at the end of that broadcast, also I showed the tropical weather models that show which way that storm could go, and I discussed it a little bit. So if you'd like to check that video out, also check that out from this afternoon's video. So don't forget to stay tuned and watch this entire forecast broadcast and also the one from earlier this afternoon as well. You get a little more detailed forecast in the afternoon. The evening forecast, you get pretty much just a recap of what happened during the day. And also you get your forecast for for a certain day of the week in the evening video. So, okay. Well, if you're a new viewer and have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and consider subscribing. Love to have you. Also, like these videos, share these videos on social media, so that way more people get a chance to see it. That way I can grow my forecast channel. I'm not that far away from 500. I need some help from the community. Please help a brother out if you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks, and we're going to talk about some forecasts. We're going to talk about some weather here now, folks. Alright, as you can see here, we got quiet conditions over Quebec, Canada, back through Montreal and Toronto, Canada, in the portion of Pennsylvania, portion of New York State, also through Virginia, portion of Ohio, over towards Chicago, Illinois, down through portion of western North Carolina, western South Carolina, toward Atlanta, Georgia. Also through Alabama, back toward the Dallas, Houston area. Also in central Texas as well. Also through Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, South and North Dakota. Also into Montana, back over towards southern Canada, southwest Canada, around the Vancouver area. Also Seattle, Washington vicinity, down into Oregon. Also towards San Francisco, Los Angeles. Also the Gulf of California, northern and central Mexico as well. Dry weather is out in these eastern tropical Pacific. Alright, we got some showers and storms over southern Texas, also right along the Mexico-Texas border. Same again over here near the Arizona, Mexico border. More showers and storms through Arizona, New Mexico, back into Denver, Colorado, and also into Utah as well. Excuse me. Also, we got some showers and storms over in portion of California, Nevada, also southern Oregon as well. We got an area of showers and storms over southern Canada, back into Minnesota, back into Iowa, also into Wisconsin, also into Michigan, and also into the Great Lakes region. Also, we got more showers and storms down here in the Gulf of Mexico, to the Florida Panhandle, also down to the Florida Keys, including Miami, through the Carolinas, up toward Washington, D.C. as well. Also, more showers and storms up here near New York, Boston, New Hampshire, also into Maine, and also into portion of New York State as well. The yellow slashed area up here in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and northern Michigan. Some severe weather possible for your Wednesday. Alright, let's take a look at your Thursday forecast. Alright, we got quiet conditions over Quebec, Canada, down in the northern Maine, all the way back over southern and southwestern Canada. Excuse me. Alright, we got dry conditions expected over Seattle, Washington, and portion of Oregon. Also over toward Montana, Idaho, back over toward Minnesota, through Iowa, also down in the portion of West Virginia, through western North Carolina, western South Carolina, toward the Atlanta metro area. Also toward Dallas and Houston. Also in the northern and central Mexico, also the Gulf of California, a little bit in the southwestern portion of California, also towards San Francisco and Los Angeles area as well. All right, we got showers and storms extending from portion of Oregon all the way into California, through Nevada, all the way down to Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, around the Denver metro area as well, and also into Utah. We got showers and storms down here in southern, in the Gulf of Mexico, over toward the Florida Panhandle, to the Florida Keys, also in the Miami area, also through the Eastern Carolinas, up to Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, Boston, up toward a portion of Maine, toward Montreal, Toronto, Canada, also over toward Michigan, also in the Wisconsin, Chicago, Illinois area as well, Ohio and Pennsylvania region, and portion of West Virginia as well for your Thursday. All right, take a look at the weather radar across the nation. We got some showers and storms up around Ottawa, Canada. Also over toward Toronto, Canada. Back into Rochester, New York. Also toward Cleveland, Ohio. Also toward Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. through Richmond, Virginia, Norfolk. Toward Raleigh. Also just east of Charlotte through Florence, South Carolina. A little bit over here around Greenwood. Also down towards southern Georgia. Also some showers and storms toward Jacksonville, Florida. Also some around the Orlando, Tampa area. Also down towards southern Florida as well, around the Florida Keys, and also toward the Bahamas. Also a little bit down across southern Alabama, toward the Gulf of Mexico. Also some showers and storms around Metairie, Mexico, southwestern Texas. Also some up here northern Mexico as well. We got some scattered showers over in portion of Oregon, also in California, around Sacramento, towards northwest of Francisco. Also a little bit around Los Angeles, down toward San Diego. Also toward Phoenix and Tucson, Arizona, toward Las Vegas. Also toward Salt Lake City. Also some just southwest of Denver and southern Colorado. And also into portion of New Mexico as well for showers and storms. There's that cluster of showers and storms over the Florida Keys, the Bahamas, and also over here in portions of Cuba as well. Like I said, there's some in the Gulf of Mexico as well. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Any more shower activity? All right. Rest that looks good. So, all right. Let's move on to the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location across the nation. All righty. Had to get a little water there, folks. All right, we got special weather statements on a severe thunderstorm warning over portions of New York and also in the portion of Pennsylvania. Still got severe thunderstorm watches in effect for portions of Maryland, New Jersey, and also toward Philadelphia region, all the way down into eastern North Carolina. Got some ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings there as well in eastern North Carolina as well. All right, we got excessive heat warning still remains in effect for the eastern Carolinas, for eastern North Carolina and northeastern South Carolina. Let's see, heat advisories for the low country of South Carolina, back into Georgia, the Florida area, the Big Bend area of Florida, central and southern Florida as well. Special marine warnings there as well. Also heat advisories extended all the way into southern Alabama, southern Mississippi, southern Louisiana, southern Texas as well. All right, says of heat warnings also in effect, and severe thunderstorm warnings and special marine warnings for portions of Mississippi, Alabama, and also into Florida. Says of heat warnings also for southern Louisiana and also in the portion of Texas. Also, we got some air quality alerts for northeastern Texas, northern Colorado, and northern Missouri. I mean, not Missouri, but Minnesota, excuse me. Also, we got the river flood warning is also in effect still for portions of South Dakota, a little bit over here into portions of Kentucky. I mean, Tennessee, excuse me. Alright, getting ahead of myself, folks. Also, some flood watches in effect for portions of Arizona and also in Utah. Says of heat warning is also in effect for southern Arizona, southern portions of California. Heat advisories for southern and central California, northern California as well. Heat advisory is also in effect for portions of Montana, also Idaho, much of Idaho, and also portions of Oregon State as well. All right, red flag warning is also in effect for Northern California, and also for you guys there in portion of Oregon. Excessive heat warning for Northern California, Western Oregon, and much of Washington State. Got a few wind advisories also for portion of Montana, and some fire weather watches in effect there as well. All right, Alaska looks good. Central and North Hawaii and Chain Island look good. South side got a few gale warnings. All righty, now moving on to the overview from the Storm Prediction Center. All right, as you can see, we got general thunderstorm from portions of Oregon, also into California, all the way back into portions of New Mexico, and also into Arizona. That line of showers and storms from southeast Louisiana all the way to the northeastern United States, up toward the Philadelphia region. Some showers and storms in New York State. We got some severe thunderstorm watches also in effect for you guys from portions of the Mid-Atlantic, Carolina, for that line of severe thunderstorm moving through. All right, convective outlook. They still got it pretty much the same as earlier today in my broadcast from New York State, all the way down to the Florida Panhandle, also in the northern Florida through Georgia and the Carolinas. There's that slight risk for North Carolina, all the way into portions of Maryland and Washington, D.C. vicinity. Same areas. All right, there's the current watches. Like I say, from Pennsylvania down to Washington, D.C., east to Outer Banks of North Carolina, central and eastern North Carolina, and southeastern North Carolina as well. MDS discussion. Currently talking about an area of watch unlikely, but it could be some severe weather in your area as it moves off to the east-southeast. All right, here's the storm report that came in this afternoon. Currently, as of this recording, we had one tornado report down here in southern Texas. We had an 87 miles per hour wind gust here in central South Carolina around the West Columbia area. At the Columbia Metropolitan Airport, reported a wind gust of 87 miles per hour. At Owen Field Airport in downtown Columbia, reported a wind gust of 45 miles per hour this afternoon in the downtown Columbia area. There were plenty of trees and down power lines as well in that region. Pretty much, you can see where the line of destruction took place. We had a few over here, one in pretty much eastern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, northern Florida, the Panhandle of Florida, and then they started taking place in southwest Georgia, southeast Georgia, central and eastern Alabama. There you go, through central Georgia, through central and eastern South Carolina, through central North Carolina, eastern North Carolina, all the way into southeast Virginia, also into northern Virginia, and around the Delaware and New Jersey and I think Maryland vicinity there. That's where that took place. All right, hail report. We had 10 degrees, may go on up to about 150 to maybe 170 reports of severe weather coming up before they issue before tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. All right, fire weather. Still got that ice or dry over portions of Northern California, also into portions of Oregon State as well. All right. Excuse me. All right. Okay, this was at 2 p.m. this afternoon. Still got a 0% chance of development for both of these over the next 48 hours. This one here has a 10%. This one has a 30%. Let's see, Central Tropical Atlantic, a tropical wave is producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms a few hundred miles west-southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. Development, if any, of this system will be slow to occur while it generally moves west-northwestward at about 15 miles per hour across the tropical Atlantic through the end of the week. Excuse me. All right, formation chance through 48 hours is low near 0%. Formation chance through 7 days, low 10%. All right, eastern tropical Atlantic. A tropical wave is forecast to move off the West African coast tonight or early Wednesday. Some slow development of this system is possible later this week or over the weekend while it moves generally west-northwestward or northwestward across the eastern tropical Atlantic. Environmental conditions expected to become more unfavorable for development by early next week. Formation chance through 48 hours, low near 0%. Formation chance through 7 days, low 30%. All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well. Also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribing, and don't forget to check out my other video from earlier this afternoon. Have a great Tuesday evening, everyone.